Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Tori, and tonight we are doing episode 46 of Motley Crew Chats, and I finally get the chance to sit down and talk to the lovely Fina from Fina Reads. Fina, thank you for joining me this evening.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Absolutely. we were just talking about this backstage a little bit, but I feel like there's just so many cool people on BookTube, and every time I invite somebody to Motley Crew, I'm like, why have we not had a conversation yet? Like, it's crazy that it's taken this long. So I'm very excited to finally get a chance to sit down and chat with you a little bit more, because talking in passing on comments and that kind of stuff is just not the same.
No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah.
Just spending a couple of minutes to just, ramble on.
Yeah.
It's just so much better.
Yeah. And I wish I don't know that we'll find anything to talk about for the next hour and a half, but
No, it's going to be a 5-minute conversation probably.
yeah. So I
Mhm.
noticed you have some books behind you.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Now that you say that.
Yes. Tell me, do you like to read?
Sometimes, if I have to.
Yeah,
kind
they're
of.
mostly there for decoration.
Yes.
Yeah.
They make me look smart, kind of.
Right. Yeah, I've found that to be helpful also.
It is a good conversation starter though
It
for work
is.
meetings, because this is also my work spot.
Oh.
And when I forget to blur my background, people are like, "Oh, you like to read, huh? What's your favorite book?" And it's never what they expect, like, because it's usually business books that they expect me to say,
Yep.
like, "Ooh, how about Dune?"
Oh
You're
man.
weird.
I don't know if you've seen that meme that's like somebody asks you like, "Oh, what's your favorite book? Are you prepared to have this conversation?" Like, this isn't a one-word answer. This is, we're
Yes.
going to have a conversation for like an hour.
Yes.
Yeah.
We wanted to have a meeting, forget about it right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, and I'm
Yes.
taking you to a bookstore afterwards. Yep.
Yes, and then I will call you in a week and ask you if you read all the books that I mentioned, because we have to have then a follow-up conversation too about it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Well, I mean, that's part of why we do BookTube, right? Because the most fun part is talking to people about the books that we
Yes.
read. That's why we
Yes.
started doing this in the first place.
Yes.
Because just sitting in your cave with your books by yourself isn't always fun.
No, especially, I don't know about you, but after I read a book, especially when it was like a book, I
Mhm.
have the urge to just,
Yeah. Oh,
word
yeah.
vomit all of my thoughts out of it. And more than once, my husband, who I love my husband, but he doesn't read much. So he's
Sure.
like, would be a great video topic for you to do. Why don't you make a video about this?
That's so beautifully subtle. Like, what you should do.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, my husband is also a prolific reader. He doesn't read as many books a year as I do. He also doesn't have a channel. But he loves to read. And so we definitely have a lot of bookish conversations in our house.
I
It
can
was
imagine.
it was to the point, like, that you're raising kids that are being surrounded by literary conversations and storytelling, especially fantasy storytelling
Mhm.
all the time. Because for the longest time, when my kids would get mad at each other, they would use the insult of like, "You scoundrel." And, like, as a parent, the
I
the
love that.
absolute pride.
Yes, I do.
I'm
Oh
like,
my god.
yeah, I'm doing something
My
right here.
children.
Those are my kids. Yeah, fool and scoundrel were two big ones in our house for a while. And Ben and I were just like, can we even be mad at this?
No,
No. Yeah,
I
they're
love
doomed,
it.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there are worse things to happen, I guess.
There are definitely worse things. Yeah. This afternoon, my husband texted me because I was out of the house, and he was like, "Our middle daughter is sitting on the bed reading Amelia Bedelia to our youngest daughter over in their bedroom," and I was just like, "I just
Aw.
love books." Like, it's such a cool thing that it's something that can be enjoyed by literally anyone at any
Yeah.
age. That's such a cool part of bookishness.
Yes. I love that too, because with all the every time you talk about books, they're like, "Oh, people don't read anymore, right? Our youth
Yeah.
is not reading anymore,
Yeah.
and it's all just garbage what they blah blah blah." And then to actually hear like, "No, the kids
Yeah.
are reading.
They love
They're reading really
stories.
great books." I love to hear that.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna just plug my Ethernet cable in because I completely forgot that, and I don't want to disappear on you randomly.
Oh, channel takeover.
Yeah,
Chet and I will get that going. No
it
worries.
it has happened before. Yep. Let's see. I want to briefly say hi to a couple people in the chat. Hello, Kagi. How are you doing this
Hello.
evening? One of my bosses said she'd call me, but I decided to wait here until she does. Well, I hope you're still here, Kai, but I also hope you have a good call. Hey, Mark.
That's a bit
how's it going?
late for a work call.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
I can't remember what time zone. I think she might be Eastern too, so that'd be really late.
Well, even Western, like 5 p.m. No, people. Mm-mm.
Penis done. Like, no, I'm not available anymore. That's fair.
Hey, Mark.
Hello, and T's here.
Hello.
Zeely's here. Hello, hello, everybody. Don says no rambling, concise, well thought out arguments only. That, I mean, yeah, definitely.
Sure.
It's a professional operation,
Listen, I already had a professional webinar where I had to be very concise this morning, so my conciseness is
You're
done
over
for
it.
today. I'm done. Like,
That's fair. That's fair. There's a quota. We're done now.
sorry, Tori.
That's okay.
Done, rather.
That's one of the reasons I love having these on Thursday evenings, because usually like everybody's just kind of done with the week by this point, and it's a nice way to like just relax and talk about something fun.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Actually, that is a very good point. Yes.
Yeah, totally do that on purpose. Like the whole time I've been doing this, that was definitely intentional.
Yeah, never thought about anything else.
No.
Gives you a good boost for the last day then too, right?
Yeah, you had a fun conversation, and then it's Friday, so that's it's a good time to do it. Also, Jimmy Nuts is a Friday night dude, so I can't compete with that.
No. Seriously, we need to have a word with him.
We should, yeah. Be like, so Jimmy, you're
not
good at what you do. Can you stop? Leave some Friday night for the rest of us here, okay? Sam's in the chat. Hey, Sam.
Hello.
This is such a good, exactly, Doug. Favorite book? I'll need to narrow that by genre, subgenre, and decade to start with. Absolutely.
No kidding. Yes.
Yep. Okay. So, speaking of it, this has inspired me. So, I know that you read a fairly wide range of genres.
Yes.
Yep. You like, and I'm always impressed when I go to somebody's channel and I watch their like top 10 favorite things videos. And especially when it comes to fantasy as a genre, and you mention books I haven't heard of.
Yep.
And I'm like, wow. First of all, awesome. And second of all, can you not do that to my TBR, please?
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
No.
So I'm wondering, if I throw a few genres at you,
what
is a book that you would recommend to the chat from that genre? You cool with that?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. No pressure. Sci-fi.
I'm
gonna really put you on the spot here.
It doesn't have to be the favorite, right? Just one that I really like.
Yeah.
Okay, I like classic sci-fi.
Okay.
And I'm a big fan of the Foundation trilogy.
Okay.
I really enjoyed that. I know that's not a book for everyone, but very like idea-based and not a lot of character-driven or plot-driven moments. It's a very idea-based trilogy, but I don't know. I loved it. I binged that whole thing, and I rarely do that anymore.
Yeah.
And I actually want to read the whole, like there's with Asimov, you have to, like, if you want to read the whole universe, it's like the whole I, Robot series, and then the Empire trilogy, and then the broader Foundation set. And I actually want to maybe do that in 2026. So let's see if that works out. But yeah, that is one that I've always liked. Yeah.
Nice. I didn't realize those were all connected.
Loosely. So the Foundation trilogy proper, so second foundation, and oh god, I'm horrible with names, foundation, are like they're a standalone trilogy. You can
Yeah.
read them on their own, and that's what I did originally.
Okay.
And then if you want to read the other books in the foundation, so the two before and the two after on a chronological level, then you should read the I, Robot ones first, because there's a
Got
lot
it.
of reference then with it. You don't have to read that Empire trilogy in the middle, but it adds flavor. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's at least what the internet's saying. So
So it must be
sure.
true.
Yes.
Nice.
And then I hope that I can soon call Red Rising as one of my favorites too. Yes, I know. I had to say it because I know it would get
Everybody
excited.
mark your bingo cards. I didn't bring it up. Just saying.
No.
It wasn't me.
I had to.
Oh, have you read any of it yet?
No, I'm starting January with Red Rising.
Really?
I am really excited. Like, it's one of those series where I wanted to read it for a while, and I had the books on the shelves forever, and I was always like, nah, now it's not the right time. Nah, it's not the right time. And Stacy is doing a read along for the
cool.
7th book, I guess, that is coming out next year.
Red God, yep.
Yes, and she's doing like a whole read along on her channel. So I was like, listen, there's no better time.
There's no better time.
Yes,
yeah,
I'll do it now.
I love that. I'm excited for you. Well, I hope Red Rising is definitely more character than concept for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you have a really good time with it. I'm
excited.
definitely not going to be just kind of like peeking through the hedge as you're reading it.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I mean, you know how that is when somebody starts reading one of your favorite series, and you just kind of sitting there and you're like trying not to hover too much. So you're like, so how's it going? And they're like, I've read 5 pages. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Please don't say anything bad about it. You love it, right? Right?
Yeah.
I see the one comment on the Nightfall, which is an Asimov short story collection. I loved that one. Nightfall, yes, right. The short story Nightfall itself was, as he says, like the Hall of Fame books, and it's fantastic. Like, Nightfall is such a great, and again, it's all idea based. But just the short story Nightfall that is part of a short story collection. Oh, so good, so good.
Is it something that can be read completely on its own?
Yeah, you don't need to read anything else. And it's like, I don't know, 50, 60 pages maybe. Is relatively short.
Yeah.
Could be 80. I'm not 100%, but it's a short story, right? In a short story collection. So yeah, it's a interesting theme, kind of twisty a little bit. And I definitely had to put the book down and be like, okay. It was good.
Nice. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I haven't read anything by Asimov ever, so that might be a good place for me to get a little bit of a taste test.
Yeah.
Fun fact, Asimov creating Foundation and iRobot is where Sanderson got the idea for the interconnection. So it's his fault. I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. Now that makes me even more excited to dive deeper into Cosmere. That's interesting.
Yeah, because you mentioned, I think it's on your 10 before the one you just put out, where you were talking about you want to read the last Mistborn book.
Yeah.
And then move into Stormlight next year, potentially, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So how have you enjoyed Mistborn so far? Because that's kind of a quintessential BookTube recommendation for fantasy. Oh boy, we have thoughts. Let's talk about it. Let's go.
Listen, I wanted people to like me, not hate me.
Tina, you've been on BookTube long enough. It's fine.
Let me preface this with so Mistborn is I've read other Sanderson before. I've read like the 3 of the secret projects before Tress and the medieval guide to something rather, and Yumi and whatnot. And I like those, which is why I decided, yay, let's try more Sanderson. And at the beginning of the year, Mistborn, like, I actually wanted to read Cosmere this year. So a friend and I, we started reading Mistborn at the beginning of the year. And it didn't go so well.
So what was the difference for you between like the secret projects versus Mistborn that was working for you in one and not the other?
Yeah, I think the length was one of the big things for me so far. And the characters. I could not connect with the main characters for me. So It is like Mistborn is the weirdest reading experience for me so far. I'm really curious to see how the third book is going. So it's one of my next books that I'm going to read. But it's it takes forever. Like it takes me a while to get through those books. Like book 1 took me nearly the entire month because I read other books on the side and I could only read like 20 pages and then I was like, "Ugh, this is boring," and put it back down. But then he's doing something with that overarching story, and like every 40 pages, he's throwing in a tidbit of that overarching story, like the Well of Ascension and the Hero of Ages and how that is all connected. I'm like, I want to know. Like, this is so interesting, and especially in book 2, the twists that he threw in at the end was like, gosh darn it, tell me what's going on
More
here.
of that.
Yes, and instead he's rambling on and having like, especially book 2 was just too long for me. And there was
and you want to go into Stormlight this next year.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I know. I still want to give it a shot. So no matter how Mistborn goes, I still want to give Stormlight a shot because you know, it's a big series for a reason. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people are saying, that it's different. And I still want to give it a go. And I don't think it's Sanderson is not for me type of thing. It's just it's maybe more select Sanderson books that are for me. Is how I see it at the moment. So it's not like this is garbage, but it's just not at all. But yeah, I'm really curious to see how book 3 turns out for me, because the fun thing is, because not like exactly like when I started talking about my experience with book 1 and 2, a lot of people came out and said like, yeah, they're not that great. Like, rate the other books, and you're just like, okay, well, I'm okay with that now that I know that and lowered my expectation. We're good. Yeah.
I mean, that is a really hard thing though, because I feel like because so many of these series get really hyped up on BookTube, it does set your expectations sometimes in a way that like it's hard to have your own experience with it. I mean, that totally makes sense to me. I read Mistborn as one of my first epic fantasy series. I don't know how I would feel about it going back and reading it now. I still think it's a good entry point for a lot of people.
Yes, I agree.
But I have no idea how I would feel about a reread now.
Yeah. The fun thing is though with anything Sanderson, like Mistborn, the Cosmere in general, Stormlight, anything, I actually had no clue what any of it was about. Like not in a more detail. Like I knew, okay, it's a bigger universe, right? There are characters that are interconnected. But if you would ask me what Way of King is about, I couldn't tell you at all. And I want to keep it that way on purpose till I read it. And I had the same with Mistborn. It's like, okay, something with metals. That's kind of the extent that I knew like of my knowledge when I went into it. And I think that helped a little bit with, still getting through those things. But yeah, I agree with you. I think it's a great starter series. Like if I would have read it 10 years ago when it came out, totally different thing. And I just read too much. Well, that's a good problem to have, I guess.
I was going to say, oh no.
No, I mean, it's not that I'm saying like 1 star, what is the hype about? Like there are things that I definitely appreciate. There are characters that I really liked in book 2. There's one character that I totally loved in book 2, and I don't know how many people here have read it, so I'm avoiding spoilers at all. But there are some really cool elements.
She's bothering me. Hi, Novia, since you wanted so badly to come up here.
Hello. My voice goes away.
That's okay. Mine is too. We're going to be a good pair.
Yeah. We wanted to talk. What?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I definitely want to make a video about it too once I read book 3 and then really summarize all my thoughts. As my husband says, make a video about it.
Yeah, right.
And I'm really excited about that one because as you see, there's so many thoughts that are going through in my head with this one where I'm like, I had a hard time with it, but on the other hand, I actually also had a really good time with it. It was just very different than what I was expecting. And I don't know. It's so weird. I've never had a reading experience like that. It's interesting.
Yeah. I think that's very common for a lot of the bigger series where, it's inevitable that certain people are going to absolutely love them. Some people are just not going to, and it really depends on your reading taste and what you're looking for. So yeah. T can be over here and represent the Mistborn fandom.
I'm sorry.
There's a character I think that is introduced in book 1 that moves into the next 2 books that I also really liked a lot from Mistborn, and I'm wondering if it's the same character.
Is naming the name a spoiler for some, right?
I mean, I don't know.
We can talk afterwards, just in case.
Yeah. I get in trouble sometimes because I'm like, it's fine. Like, plug your ears, guys. It's fine.
I'm also so conscious about this stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Some stuff, like I was doing my Dracula review earlier this week, and I was just like, guys, this book is 125 years old. If you don't want spoilers, don't watch the video. Like,
I love that. Actually, I watched that video the other day. First of all, your outfit. Oh, oof, that
thank
was
you.
perfect. I loved it.
I
But yeah,
almost bought vampire teeth. I almost did it.
that would have been amazing. It's okay though without. Like even just the count outfit, perfect.
Yeah. I love that shirt. I just bought it, so I was excited. I was like, yeah, I get to wear it. Let's see. I think. Oh, Leah's here. Hi, Leah. Scoundrel. That's still yes. It's really hard to like keep a straight face as a parent when your child is like, you scoundrel to your other child. It's really difficult. No, honey, you shouldn't. Don't. That's really funny. I credit where credit is due, but
Creative, right? At least creative.
Very creative. Hey, if I disappear, Casey can jump in and you and Fina could have a conversation. So
perfect.
Yeah.
See, we already have a plan B. Worst case scenario.
Prior preparation prevents poor performance, as my father would say.
Yes, I love it.
He was in IT management for 38 years.
So, Yep.
Zach's here. Hello. Casey is editing this evening. Hopefully we don't.
How can you edit with like every time I hear something? Okay, I want to know your secrets now. Seriously.
ADHD.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Casey and I talk about ADHD, being ADHD twins all the time. Hi, Kale. K2 is here. Late night for you. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see. Leah's studying. Love how productive you guys are being while you're.
Can you please not? Make me feel bad.
We're just sitting here being lazy and gabbing. It's fine. Okay, I wanted to. I know there was a couple questions. Don says, favorite book. Sorry, I don't understand the question. It's fair.
One?
Yeah. So when you were putting together your top 10, is it really hard for you to like narrow that down?
Yes. I mean, my top 1, my first spot has been for years and years, and I don't see that moving anytime soon. I mean, something really has to happen for that to move anywhere. Mm-hmm. But below that, yes, that I have avoided making a top 10 video for the longest time because of that, because I just couldn't narrow it down really, because I have a very hard time rating books anyway, which is why I'm doing like 3 levels instead of 5 or 10 or whatever 100 like some people do, because it's like I loved it or I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there are levels to the love, of course, but no, if I really like a book and if I can't stop talking about it, it's really hard for me to say like, did I love this more than this other one that I can't stop talking about? And if yes, why? Like it's like, well, it's no.
So apples and oranges so much of the time, because even within the same genre, like you know, if you put you know, like Mistborn up against like the Risen Kingdoms trilogy versus like they're so different. Yeah, it's hard to rank those. Sam wants to know which makes me more nervous, people reading Red Rising for the first time or one of my own books. Oh, definitely my own books, but only if it's somebody I know. That still gets me I kind of chew my fingernails a little bit more with that. I think because I have a pretty tough skin with Red Rising, because so many people especially hate on the first book that like, you know, if it's not for somebody, it doesn't bother me. Just like, that's okay. Like, you're allowed to be wrong. It's fine. No, it's actually fine. let's see.
Well, and your own book is your baby, kind of, right? So it's
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's way more like I've read Red Rising so much at this point that I know it pretty well, but it's not something that came from me and it's not my heart and soul, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely a different feeling for sure.
Yeah.
Um, Laura popped in to say hi. Hi, Laura.
Hello.
Let's see. I read Final Empire before Sanderson was capital letter Sanderson. Thought it was okay. Yeah, that's a great approach, Doug. And that's the one that I kind of take on my channel all the time because it's like, I'm here just to suggest books. Whether
Yep.
people like them or not is completely up to them.
Yeah. Thankfully, everybody has a different taste, and thankfully, books will address any of your tastes.
Exactly. That's why there's so many good ones. T says, just say it. Names are not spoilers.
So if I would remember the name now.
One of my favorite characters in Mistborn is Spook.
No, okay, then it would be a different one. It's
okay.
Listen, once I remember, I'll let you guys
That's
know.
totally
I'm sorry.
fine. No, you're good.
It's in book one. It's not really. But if I start explaining who he is in book one, it's maybe not a big spoiler. Servant to Kelsier, and kind of in that hidden house, like
yeah.
Yeah.
What is his name? T, help us out.
Yes, and then in the second book, he takes a very different role, closer to the
Yeah.
female main character, and
I know.
and he has a big twist at the end too. So I hope that is as spoiler free as possible.
Yeah.
And sorry, this is one of the things that I annoy myself with. I forget names. The moment I read a name, it's gone. Like, don't ask me names, please.
That's okay. I highly doubt you're the only person who has that problem.
Very true.
Yeah. I'm usually pretty good with names, and I remember I was watching something. Preacher from Preacher Reads was talking about how he's a moments reader. And I thought that was a great way of explaining it because I was like, yes, I remember moments that really emotionally impacted me, but I cannot tell you the plot beats. Couldn't do it.
I love this. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm going to steal that. Yes,
Yeah,
I'm going to steal it. I love that. And T is absolutely right. The one with the question mark. That's the one.
Oh, Sazed. Yeah.
Yes.
Sazed's amazing.
I love that character, both book 1 and 2, and book 2 even more so.
I was thinking of someone else. Of course, I know who Sazed is.
I would have not gotten the name anymore.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of names in fantasy.
Oh my goodness.
You know, like as a Malazan fan, like I just finished reading House of Chains and I got about 2/3 of the way through the book and I was like, I'm not even trying anymore. Like I'm not even going to try. It's too many people.
Yeah. So you were at book 4. Did you read through the whole thing before, or are you at book 4 right now?
So I'm just going into book 5 with Midnight Tides in the next month or two here. And I had read the first 4. This was my second time reading through the first 4 books.
Gotcha.
The first time I read through them was way back in college when I was like 20 something. And I had no idea what I was reading, but it was great.
Yeah. I'm in the middle of book 5. I need to pick it up again.
Ooh,
I needed to pause it for a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm with you on the names on that one. This one is a moments series because I remember individual scenes and happenings.
Yeah. Yep.
And that's what I love. But yeah, don't ask me names, especially in book 5. Even before then, but in all these books, the names are so similar.
Yeah.
No, this is a completely different character that has the very similar sounding name. Like, ugh, okay.
Yeah. Well, and especially since you're jumping back in time sometimes and you're going to different continents. And then it's like, okay, these two characters sound almost identical, but one of them's on one continent in one book and one of them's on a different continent in another book. No, never mind.
Yeah.
So of the 4 that you've read so far, not counting because you haven't finished book 5, which one did you enjoy the most?
1.
Gardens of the Moon.
Far.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually like Gardens of the Moon the most so far. Although 5 might be a big contender because they're like the characters, the one that is living on the roof, again, names don't whatever. Like one that is living on the roof with the curtain as his clothes or whatever it was. I
Only in
love
an Erikson novel.
yes, I love everything about that character and everything that is happening in that. Like I ate these chapters up. It's so much
Nice.
fun. It's again, it's like little aspects. I also loved, I think it was in book 2, the whole desert scene
Mhm.
where they were living in the desert city with the queen.
Mhm.
Oh my god, this is horrible.
There's some of that in House of Chains too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right. There's book 2 and 4, right? Or
Kind of
like
has an
book 2
arc.
sets it up and then book
Mhm.
4 continue. Yeah. So I like that part a lot too. I'm not a big fan of the battle scenes, like the huge battle scenes that usually happen in the last 20% of the books. That those I tend to read relatively
Yeah.
quickly through, but everything like the setups for the battles and all the little strings of conversation that are happening, I just love it. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. He can write some phenomenal dialogue for sure.
Yeah. And long,
Um,
my goodness.
those chapters. I'm a big, like, I do enjoy short chapters. I do. Not too short, but like, I can sit down, read it in a sitting, put it down, and go do
Yeah.
something else. Erikson is like, I'm going to have you sit down while I give you a fantasy novel within a chapter.
Yeah. Yes. Well,
It's a lot.
especially because you get all those POVs in one chapter, right? Like it's
Yeah.
100 pages is
Lots
one
of head hopping.
chapter and you get like 5 different POVs. It's like, can you
Mhm.
just make it like sub chapters or
Yeah.
something?
I mean, at least there's breaks in between each
Yeah.
one on the page, but still
Yeah.
funny.
Meow.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I had to yell at my husband to try to let the cat out. She's like, "Mom, hello." um all right, let's see. Where was I? you know, I went into the ER years and years and years ago for something, and the ER doctor, I was mostly fine, but he was checking my pulse and he was joking, or we were joking because he was having a hard time finding my pulse. And I was like, well, like, I hate to, I hate to tell you, but actually, and we had this whole thing where he was playing along that I was actually a vampire. It was great fun.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yep.
I
Best
mean,
ER doctor ever.
yeah, that begs the question though, werewolf or vampire? And I know that's going to be a hard one for you.
to, to to dress up as, or to write?
Let's start with to dress up as. That's probably
Vampire,
vampire then,
100%.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh god,
Yeah.
all the fur. Yeah, that would be
Oh
a
yeah.
nightmare.
No. I love writing about werewolves because I find them a lot more, like, just weirdly, this might sound weird because I know the idea of vampires, but like, werewolves are just so much more visceral to write, and that's really fun. Um but yeah, definitely dressing up, definitely vampire for sure.
Could you imagine making a costume with a bunch of wolf
Oh,
fur?
it would be a lot. This has been a thing of debate for a very long time, T, all the way back to my high school years. So,
I guess we have to have a live with you at a full moon, and then we get the definitive answer.
yeah, there's a reason I take breaks from BookTube. Next time, that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to be like, guys, I'm taking a break. It's a full moon. Casey, massive ADHD. Yep. Let's see. Oh, that's right. Shadows Upon Time just came out yesterday, the last Sun Eater book. I know so many people that are reading it right now, so I hope you're having a great time with it, Zen. Sam is also reading it. How do you predict fit? Oh, yes. So for those of you that don't know, I'm going to Dragonsteel in a couple weeks, which I'm very excited about. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see which book they gravitate to more. I'm guessing Bloodstones is going to do pretty well because it's epic fantasy and it's a Sanderson convention. Cold Silver, I think, is my best, like, marketable cover of the three, so I'm guessing that one. So I'm bringing Phased, less of it than the other two, but I'm excited to see who picks it up.
You will get the scoop later than here.
Yes. Speaking of which, I don't think I've said this on a live stream yet. You guys will never guess who my next door neighbor booth is at Dragonsteel. Christopher Rocchio.
You are going to have a lot of foot traffic.
I am. I'm also very excited just to get to be like, hey, Christopher, I'm your neighbor. That's gonna be great. It's gonna be super fun.
Oh my god.
Okay, Zach is bringing up Kate Elliott and Janny Wirtz. That's so awesome, Zach. I hope you had a great time with both of those. But this leads me to a question. You and Nico are doing something called the Backlist Book Club.
Yes.
Tell me about this. I kind of know a little bit about it, but I would love to hear more about how that got started and what you guys have coming up in this next year.
Yeah. So the Backlist Book Club pig is, or I always say pig, it's without the pig. Backlist Book Club is a list of currently 13 books with a couple of more TBDs if we want to.
Okay.
It's all like 80s, 90s, early 2000 fantasy from female authors. And it's all that's good stuff that people keep talking about and then somehow you never read. And both Nico and I are big fans of authors like Kate Elliott, as an example.
Yeah.
And there's so many amazing ones in that time frame, like 80s, early 2000s.
Yep.
Like amazing stories that, you know, you just for some reason never pick up because there's all this new shiny stuff
They kind of
coming
fall
out.
through the cracks. Yeah.
Yeah. And we just said, you know what? This is the year. And we had a chat like this, oh God, in August, September at one point, and we just kept yabbing on about, you know, all these, like Trudy Canavan and
Yep.
McMaster Bujold and, you know, all these big names that everybody knows, kind of.
Yeah.
And then we said, you know what? We should just do it. And we
Yeah.
put a list together. Like we both put all the books that we always wanted to read. And it was like, I don't know, 20, 25 books. And we said like, okay, we should probably narrow it down, you know, manageable size. And yeah, so we randomly pick every month a book. We did the Vorkosigan Saga, Shards of Honor.
Yeah.
It's the first book in the Vorkosigan Saga by Louis McMaster Bujold in October. And I'm currently reading book 2 in that because I loved it so much that I want to continue.
Good. I'm really excited about that one.
Yeah, it is in, again, from a writing perspective, very interesting.
Yeah.
And it was a very different reading experience because it's a little bit like erratic in the way the story is told. But I find it because the main character goes through some confusion herself, it fit that character very well, and was like kind of, I can see why some might find it off-putting, but I loved it and I was all there for that. And then it's like old school classic sci-fi setting, and it was just very cool. And then in November we did Book of the Damned by Tanith Lee.
Okay.
That one did not go over well for me.
Did Nico like it?
I think he is still giving it a try. I think he's still in the middle of it. So voting is still out on that one. I like the writing. It's also a vampire. Like it's the first book. It's multiple short stories, like I think 3 or 4 shorter stories in that first book. And the first one is about a vampire.
Okay.
And it is very interestingly written, but it is kind of a weird, like erotic story. And that threw me completely off, and I was like, yeah, okay, no.
Yeah. I would have the same reaction probably.
Yeah, that was kind of, I was like, nah, not right now. And yeah, we're taking a break in December, and then because it actually is a 2026 thing, but we just couldn't wait, so we started early.
That's fair. Yeah.
But yeah, so December break, but it's kind of an unofficial Vorkosigan Saga book 2 kind of continuation.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it enough to want to go on with the series. That's awesome.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. Yeah, and then we'll see. So we have Kate Elliott on the list. We have Trudy Canavan on the list. We have oh God, I'm blanking on all of the names right now. Karen Millis, I think, on the
Friedman
list.
is one.
Yes.
Did you were the one that brought that up with me too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That is one of the ones both Nico and I wanted to read. And then CJ Sherry is on the list.
Yeah.
And then I'm blanking on the author's name, but it's a German name, The Wall. It's a sci-fi too. So it's a mix of fantasy and sci-fi.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot of cool stuff. And yeah, I see that someone said, I think Zach said it's on the Andrews and Nico's Discord.
Yes.
And yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
If you guys want to join, the more the merrier. And we do polls. It's very informal on how we pick the next. Yes, Melanie Ron is also on there.
Dragon Prince. Yep.
Yep. And yeah, like whatever comes up.
Well, I mean, on that note, for everybody in the chat, if you aren't already subscribed, please go down in the description box below to Fina's link to her channel down there and give a subscribe so you can keep up with that, with her and Nico's channels. And I think Nico has the Wizardly Duo Discord link on all of his videos too.
Yes.
So that should be easy to find.
Yeah, and I also put it, like, if you are on my channel and don't want to search for Nico, there's a video where I do the announcement of
Oh, perfect.
It's kind of a double announcement because we had a readathon back in October, so it was an announcement for that readathon. You can ignore that part and just listen to the backlist. But there's the link to the Discord as well in there. I hope
awesome.
I put it in there.
Awesome.
Yeah, but there's so many books that I'm excited for. So wow.
Did you guys read Wayfarer Redemption together? Or was that just Nico?
That was just Nico.
Just Nico. Okay. Yeah. That one's on my shelf too. And there's so many. That's the hard part, is I feel like I get so excited. I'm reading all these books and I'm having a good time with the books that I'm in the middle of. But then I look at my shelves and I'm like, there's so many books I need to read. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to segue into that in a few minutes.
By the way, hey, Derry, totally moving away from that topic. Hey, Derry, how are you doing?
Rosaire is here. Hello. I'm catching up with a few. Hi, Tharnal. Ryan, did I say hello to you earlier? I can't remember. Hi, Ryan. The funny thing is that you next to Rakio will look like an elf next to... Is he not very tall?
I think he's a smaller guy, right?
He might be. I have no idea. I haven't seen him on BookTube. We all think that everybody's just this much of a human and that's it. That'll be awesome. I'm excited to meet him. Let's see. Zeely, go check out, follow Fina's channel, because I'm sure there will be lots of updates. That will be awesome. Zach's going to be joining Backlist Book Club. Awesome. I love this idea so much.
Yes. All of those. But Jaron is Kate Elliott is a new favorite author since this year. It's Nico's fault, of course.
That doesn't surprise me.
But yeah, I'm very excited for her for that series. It's also, I think, a 4-book series, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, nice.
And we only read book 1. That's the big problem with these fantasy and sci-fi series. It's always series. We have one standalone, the rest is all first in a series.
I get excited when I find trilogies now because they're at least not super long. But I was gonna say I should, because there's a small group of us that are planning on starting the Coldfire trilogy in February. So I should see if that lines up with you guys. Then we might be able to do a bigger discussion group.
Yeah, cool. I can throw that out to Nico because, again, right, we pick that at in the middle of the month for the next month. There's no set order. And, whoever is then in there, and it's we do polls and whatnot in the Discord or on our channel. So whatever book wins, in the November case, it was Nico's most anticipated one. He really wanted to read the Timothy one. So, that kind of stuff. So yeah, we should definitely, that would be fun.
Be awesome. Yeah.
Like a cross Discord buddy read.
Wow. Yeah. How big can we make it?
Yes.
Yeah. I kind of tried to do something like that in 2024 time. Where I did kind of a Cosmic Footsteps thing where I was doing every month I was going to try and read a book by a female author from 2000 and prior. And I did keep up with that for a little while, but it is definitely easier, I think, with a discussion group for sure with something like that. So I'm excited you guys are doing that. That's awesome. Doug says, Tanith Lee was never a favorite author of mine. For vampires, I'll mention the Saber Hagen series that included the Holmes Dracula file, and we are both reaching for our pencils. Doug has great recommendations every time. Saber Hagen.
Huh.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Okay, so Holmes Dracula file as in Sherlock Holmes meets Dracula?
I don't know. What? That kind of sounds awesome.
Yes.
I'm not mad about it.
Yes, I came prepared.
Yeah, I did. I always have a piece of paper to write down recommendations. One of the things we did in my Discord in September that I will definitely do next year again, I think, is we did Lit Queen month in September, and it was kind of a not a bingo necessarily, but it was like we're all gonna read only female authors for the month, or as many female authors as we can.
I
That
love
was
that.
super fun. That was
Yeah,
super fun.
I love that.
Let's see. I will let you know, Mark, probably early next year. Keigo Higashino is he's a Japanese mystery thriller writer.
That you mentioned that in your 26 to read in 26, right?
Yep.
That's half my TBR. Jeez. Yes, that's the one
Sorry, not
where
sorry.
no, you're fine. That's the one I'm writing down the title because I forgot when I was watching the video because I love a good thriller. And you
Yeah,
mentioned it's a character like that. His other books are
very.
more character driven.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. So I
Mm-hmm.
definitely have to check that out. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like what the first one I read by him is called Malice, and that's the first. There's multiple books in each series, but not all of them have been translated yet.
Yeah.
So he's got 4 in the Detective Kaga series that are translated, and I've read 2 of them, hopefully a third one before the end of the year. And Malice was the first one that I read, and it was way more of a why done it than a who done it,
Oh, I love that.
which I really loved, and it was such a cool character study. And I was like, as somebody who's really tentatively taking steps into mystery and thriller, because I have very hard like thresholds of what I will and will not handle in
Yeah.
mystery and thriller. He's everything I wanted as like a step into the genre, where he doesn't shy away from the horrible things that happen to the victims of the stories, but he's also really character driven, which is
I love that.
cool. Yeah.
Which is also hard in the thriller genre in general because it
Yeah.
is more plot focused, right? Because it's
Typically, yeah.
unless you have these longer series, well, at least for I mean, I'm not that experienced, but for Scandinavian authors where you have these longer series where it is
Mm-hmm.
always one detective and then you have like book 1 till whatever, 10, I don't know.
25.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Then you have a little bit more character
Yep.
development in it, but yeah, typically it's about that case and what's
Yep.
going on there. So
Yeah. Well, that was another question because I got sidetracked when I was asking you about recommendations from different genres. So I'm going to pop another one now. So you have definitely read more thriller and mystery than I have. So I'm curious from if you have some recommendations of some other character-driven mystery/thriller books that you'd recommend.
yeah, I actually just read a trilogy that I really loved. I'm a fan of Scandinavian authors, like especially
Okay.
Icelandic.
Yeah.
They're a bit different. So their storytelling styles, like it's just a cultural thing, right? Icelandic people or Scandinavian people are a little bit more direct and straightforward
Yep.
and sometimes tell you a little bit more, which can come over as boring. So just,
My grandmother was 100% Norwegian. So
there you go. There
yeah.
you go. So Ragnar Jonasson is an Icelandic author, and the trilogy is called the Holder trilogy. Although, funny enough, there's a book 4 that came out was translated to German, not English yet. But
Sounds like a fantasy thing.
listen, and it is so it depends on what your triggers are, right? Like
Sure.
what I've read Icelandic thrillers, they tend to be on the darker side and they tend to be a bit more descriptive. So depending on how much you want to take there. But this one was very interesting because he did something in book 1 that I've never seen on a like detective series before, where I was like, well, how is this a trilogy? Like this what? Like that was an ending that I was not expecting.
Okay.
But then in book 2 and 3, he went deeper into the why of the main character, and I love that. So they are all 3 are individual cases. And they like with every book you get go a little bit further into the past of the main character. So the cases are from a little while ago. But the main part of the story is really about the main character and what she is going through. And it
Mm,
starts off with like she is 64 something shortly
okay.
before retirement, actually has like half a year or so left, but her boss is like, nah, you know what? You can actually go now into retirement. We don't need you here anymore. I actually already have a replacement for you, like a younger, energetic guy that will replace you, that kind of stuff. And she is saying like, hey, I want to give me 2 more weeks. I just want to have this one case. Like I want to pick one case from the cold case section that I want to
Yeah.
solve. Let me do that. Just, as a goodbye gift, whatever. And yeah, then,
Mm.
stuff happens. And it's
I mean,
so
that sounds amazing. I'm sold.
it is fantastic. And to top it off, to just sell it even more, is so Iceland, right, is very isolated and
Yeah.
always very cold and dark. And he describes this so well. Like I was freezing reading the book.
Love it. I love it.
It is like just the atmosphere in the book is incredible. That's like yeah, awesome. That
I
was
say that all the time. Like one of the things I think that is the hardest storytelling element often to pull off. Like you can write great dialogue, you can have great characters, a great plot, atmosphere, like palpable, real out
yeah,
atmosphere in a story is so hard to get right.
yeah.
So I'm always incredibly impressed when an author is like really good at it. That's so cool.
Yeah, give it a try. Let me know
I
if
will. I
you
wrote it down. Definitely. I definitely will. I'm excited about that. Because I've been trying to kind of take little bits and pieces into murder mystery and thriller, and it helps when it's a genre that I was a little nervous about to have, people giving me specific
yeah.
recommendation. That's been super helpful. I can't remember how I found Higashino though. I think that was maybe just me looking into like translated Japanese authors because that's something I've been reading anyway.
Yeah.
And I stumbled across Higashino and I was like, well, this sounds kind of good. And I read Malice, really liked it, and bought like 5 more books of his after that,
That's
as
how it
you
goes.
do. Yep.
Yes.
And then what was so cool is between Malice and Newcomer, it's still very much Higashino, but it's very different storytelling styles because the first one is a very intimate whydunit. The
Yeah.
second one is like a small town within Tokyo, like a small community within Tokyo. And you go around and you meet all these different shop owners and you get the little like mini mysteries within each family or each shop,
Oh, that
and then
sounds
it
so
all
cool.
connects to the larger like murder that happens, and it's very cool.
Oh, I'd
It's
love
very
stories
cool.
like that. Which one is that?
Newcomer, highly
Newcomer.
recommend. And I think that's even though it's the second quote unquote translated book in that series, it doesn't really matter which one you start with.
Okay. Yeah, that's always interesting, especially with when you have like detective series.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it doesn't matter if you
Yeah.
read them, but sometimes it does matter a lot, like in which
Yeah.
order you read them,
Yeah.
because the detective evolves, right? And there are certain things happening. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good to know.
Well, and it's also cool because in both of the books, Higashino doesn't actually bring his detective main character into the story until like a third or halfway through the book,
Oh,
which is also kind of cool.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very
That
cool.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He's very good. I like him a lot. Zach says, I've had Dragon Prince on my shelf for so long. Yeah.
No kidding. No kidding.
I don't think that one has a trade paperback.
Oh,
Or
it does.
does it? I need to get
Somewhere.
it then because I got rid of my mass market paperback because it's
Yeah.
giant.
Because I have the trade paperback.
Okay. Well,
I
then
mean,
there's
it is probably like what the publishers did with some of those older fantasy series that you only get in mass market. They just blew up the mass market and made a trade paperback. It looks
Yeah,
horrible, but technically it's a
it
trade
works.
paperback.
Yeah. Zin says Rockio is 5'6" if memory serves. Okay. All right. Yep. Yep. I'm about 5 inches taller than him then.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
so you're also 5'11"?
yeah. Hey, are you?
Yes.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that. People say that about me all the time too. That's so cool. Hey, high five.
Woohoo.
Let's see.
Oh man, yes.
We're special because we can reach the top shelf on our bookshelves.
Oh yes. Yes.
We don't need
And
a
there are
ladder.
books on top of there too, because otherwise
Yeah.
I don't have enough storage anymore.
Mine go all the way up to the ceiling, so I don't have any room on top of them anymore. That's awesome, Mark. I hope you have a good time with Robin Hobb.
That is a big one for me too. One of those that I have to get to eventually. To
Have you not read her yet?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well,
too many. Again, too many.
Good thing you know Derry already.
Yes, and the videos are bookmarked, so the moment I get to it, Derry is going to be the first one to know.
Good. Dragon Prince has one of Michael Whalen's most gorgeous covers, but it gives a very romance vibe. It has romance, but only as a part of a complex story. Nice.
So that is actually something I don't mind that at all if it's done well. And I've for what, like, I don't know where this was all of a sudden coming from, total coincidence, but I had a few fantasy sci-fi books that have romance subplots in it. Like, it's still fantasy, you know, or sci-fi, but it has like a romance subplot. So I'm curious to see on the Dragon Prince on in which direction it goes, but like Vorkosigan has a romance subplot in it. And then the Kate Elliott book, The Witch Roads, that she just released, like a duology that she just released this year, also has a romance subplot, but it's so well done and it is like woven into the fantasy story, and I love that if it's done well. And I even had like male readers, just, you know, for the to throw that out there, that said they liked this and they didn't mind this at all. So I'm curious to see where Dragon Prince is going to fall with that.
Definitely. Yeah, I don't mind, contrary to popular opinion, I don't actually mind romantic subplots either. If it's well done. Like there's one in The Faithful and the Fallen that I really like by John Gwynne. There's a bunch of romances in fantasy that I've really enjoyed, that when they don't completely take over the story and it's just about them getting frisky with each other, it's amazing how much better of a story that is.
Although, I mean, I like My Fourth Wing. Like, I enjoyed that story. You know, as long as you know what you're getting into and you read it for that reason.
The expectations are set.
Exactly. It's a fantastic story. Romance story.
Jerry says, yes, Fina, you call yourself my friend and everything.
Listen, I just said I will call you first the moment I start reading it.
T says, one of the things I'm most proud of in relation to book 2 is being Tori. You know, it's surprising how few people actually are. The more I get to know everybody. It's gonna be fun to see everybody in person, or a bunch of people in person at Dragonsteel. It's gonna be.
Do you have time for like a meetup? Are you planning some?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. I think potentially Pete from Ponderings of Pete and Bookborn and Zach will be there. I'm trying to remember who else. Mindolin from the Discords, he'll be there. So yeah, I'm sure there'll be a evening of some kind that we go out and have some shenanigans, and that'll be fun. Thank you for bringing this up, Paige. Juliette Marillier is the queen of romantic subplots. She is another excellent author. Have you read anything by her yet?
No, but I have the Bart trilogy sitting on my shelves.
Daughter of the Forest. If you want like one taste test book, Daughter of the Forest is one of the fastest 5 stars I've given in the last 3 years. So Derry, we need to get you over here. we need to just like send you a plane or a griffin, or
we just have to go to New Zealand. I mean,
I wouldn't be mad about that either.
Right.
Honestly, I would love to see New Zealand.
I think there's actually a direct flight from Los Angeles down there.
See,
at least for me.
What you need to do is you need to read all the Hobb books, and then you need to fly to New Zealand.
If I come visit Derry and haven't read any of them, I can turn around immediately.
You won't be able to show your face.
Doors, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Malice was. Oh yeah, that's right. Don read Malice. Haberhagen series. In book 2, an amnesiac Dracula meets Sherlock Holmes.
Oh my God, that has to be the best short description ever.
Right? Okay. The Alexandria Farseer read along is high on my anticipated fabulous things for next year. Derry's just going to have the greatest time.
Yes.
Oh, that's
I
so
didn't
cool.
know that Ellen's doing that. That's good to know.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Um, I love booktube because we always have someone to blame for fueling our addiction. It's true. It's your fault. Yeah. So that is one thing, like, as we're kind of talking about this, I know we had briefly mentioned backstage that we were going to kind of get into the idea of the read yourselves challenge and just the insane amount of books that we all acquire. I don't know how it happens. They just sort of show up at my house and ask to be adopted.
Yeah.
Um,
They look so sad in the
they
bookstore, you
do. You
know?
can't just leave them outside,
Mm.
in their way too large Amazon packaging.
Yeah.
So, what is your plan for 2026? Like, what's your mindset going to 2026 about reading your shelves? And are there specific goals that you've been setting for yourself or thinking about?
So the goal is to read more from my shelf.
Fabulous. Love it. Okay.
No, it has to happen. So I just actually
Yeah.
did a whole redo of my office. Like I moved from this side to this side,
Okay. Yep.
very, very high, thingy magic here. And while I was like emptying the shelves and stacking my books here and then putting them back into the shelves, I was like, this has to stop. This cannot
Right.
continue. Like
Yes.
there's zero space anymore. I mean, I don't know if you can see that there's double row on some of those already, and I hate double row in bookshelves because
Yeah.
you don't see what's going on behind it, and then you forget that you have those books. And I realized, like, while I was unpacking it, I know that doesn't answer your question, but side tangent here.
That's okay.
While I was taking the books out of the bookshelf, I was like, hang on a second, these look identical. Multiple books where it's like, I have 2 editions of that. Great. So
Yep.
problem. No, I definitely want to do that. I actually, the one thing, so I'm not fully done with my plans for 2026 yet, but the one thing that I want to do is the 1 to 10 challenge. Ian from Ian the Reader came up with that.
Okay.
I think it's called 1 to 10 challenge or 1 to 10 TBR, where you pick a book with a certain page count. For 1 it's 100, for 2 it's 200, for 3 it's 300, and so on, from your physical TBR,
Oh,
and then you read those. So I'm putting that list together as we speak, and
that's awesome.
it's going to be interesting because, like, in the 300-400 book range, there are going to be way too many books that I have to choose from. But yeah, then definitely it's a lot of reading from your shelf. So the Backlist Book Club is a lot of books that I already have on my shelves anyway, because I
Sure.
wanted to read them
So you're kind of double dipping on the 2
badly. Yes.
challenges.
So
Yeah.
that's going to help a lot with that. Although the first books didn't meet that criteria, but it's not 2026 yet, so we're fine.
You're fine. You can bend the rules a little bit. It's fine.
Yeah. So for this year, my goal already was to purchase less books, and that definitely worked out. I used my library more,
Nice.
and just did a lot of more of that kind of stuff. But the problem is that that doesn't move these books away out of the shelves either. So this
Yeah.
year it's going to be, unfortunately, even less library and more, personal library, not official library. But
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely need to do that because it's just, yeah. And there's so many good books here, like all the big series that I still need to read, like Robin Hobb, and Wheel of Times is one of those big ones. Finish
Oh boy.
Malazan, like they're all on
Yeah.
the shelves. They're all
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. Well, and it's wild to me how, like, the minute it comes in the house and it gets put on the shelf, these are books that we wanted so badly to read that we purchased,
Yeah.
right? And then it's like, as soon as it's in the house, it's like almost like we don't remember it's there.
Yeah. It is like, all these memes with your TBR and the book that you just bought, kind of,
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
are variations of this meme. I feel it so hard. Yeah.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it easy for you to unhaul books, or is that like, do you go through your shelves ever and just be like, I'm not going to read this. I'm going to.
That's what I did when I was doing the
Yeah.
whole thing. I don't do that because it's like I bought them for a reason, right? Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanted to read them. But what I realized is that a lot of the books that I now got rid of, I bought them for like something in that moment. And I know I'm not the person
Yeah.
anymore to read this book, if that makes sense. So I had a lot of those, funny enough, especially in the fiction category. I'm not a big just general fiction reader, but for
Yeah.
some reason I had a lot of books in the general fiction genre. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I know why I bought it, but I'm really not interested in this topic anymore. So
Yeah.
goodbye.
Yeah.
So that was easy. And then all the double books that I had, they went goodbye. But yeah, it's especially when it comes to fantasy and sci-fi, I have a really hard time letting go. Once I read it, And when
Yep.
I'm like, okay, I read it and it was a good book, but I know I will never reread it, and it's not a
Right.
especially pretty book or whatever, then
Yep.
I get rid of them just to, make space. So I rotate them through that way. But
Yeah.
yeah, if it's an unread book, I feel really, really bad getting rid of it if I haven't read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless it's general fiction.
Yes. Fair. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. My goal, one of the things that I want to do for this next year is I am really excited because I ordered my 2026 bullet journal for next year,
Yes.
which I'm super thrilled about. And one of the things that I'm going to try next year is I'm actually going to do a spread in my bullet journal that has 50 spaces on the page. And that is my space for hauling books for next year. And I'm
50
going
books.
to
Mhm.
put the cover of every book I buy in one of those spaces. And when it is full, I cannot buy books anymore. And
Oha.
I'm going to see how that goes. Because I think it's going to make me a lot more picky about what I choose to purchase physically.
Mhm.
Because I really want to focus, this last couple of years, I've really focused on slowing down my buying habits and really trying to read the shelves more and not
Yeah.
just immediately refill the shelves when I make space on them, which is very easy to do.
Yep.
But yeah, when you catalog your entire library or you move your entire library, it's very sobering very quickly when you
Yeah.
realize, like for me, and I'm like you where I unhaul things. If it's not a 4 or 5 star read and I didn't love it, it doesn't stay in my house.
Yeah.
But 60% of the books that I own physically, I have not read.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we need to fix that.
Yeah. And that was the point for me. Like the moving out of the shelf was one thing, and then I scanned them because I always
Yeah.
wanted to catalog them, but I didn't want to do that just, that was
Yep.
too big of a job. So I did that while I was touching them anyway.
Yep.
By the way, also with the Libib app, I saw someone
Yeah.
in the chat mentioning that.
It's been mentioned a couple times.
Yeah, free, fantastic app.
Oops.
Libib, yep, exactly. That's the one that I used. And once I saw the number, I was like, oh, okay, this is not good.
Yep.
So they say at 1,000 books, it's a library. Welcome to my library.
Yep.
This
Same.
is not good. And the thing is, like, the scary part is, I moved from Germany to the US like 11 years ago. So I've always been a big reader and I always had a lot of books, but I didn't take many books with me when I moved. I had, I don't know, 10, 15 maybe. So this is 10 years of buying.
Yeah. I mean, this is basically 5 years of buying for me because
Yeah.
I really didn't start buying books in larger quantities until I had a booktube channel. And, for some people, they'll talk about how, oh, you're just trying to fill the space behind you with books and stuff. I actually don't think I was just so excited to read all the books
Yeah.
that it was purely just my excitement at building a library and having things that were cool to read and talk about. But yeah, I've gotten to a point now where I'm like, okay, I really want to read the books that I
Yeah.
actually have.
Yeah. We should hold ourselves accountable.
We're
Like,
going to do it. Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
It's like if I see a video where you show a book that you haul and it's like, okay, I want to have now a 5-page write-up on why you had to buy this book.
Yes, write me an essay first.
Yes. Yes.
Well, and I think too, like I just did a video yesterday that I'm hoping to post tomorrow that I went through my Goodreads TBR and I like ruthlessly unhauled books from my Goodreads TBR too, because that way, if there's something that I really want to make sure I don't forget, like, you guys hold something up in a video and I'm like, oh, that sounds really good. I can add it to my Goodreads TBR and I'm taking off a lot of the clutter of just randomly adding books.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to try to be more discerning with everything, like buying, reading. Am I actually going to read this? Yeah.
What helped me with that is I don't use the Goodreads DBR. I use my Amazon wish list because you can put
Yeah.
notes in there, and I put notes
Sure.
with every book that I put in. I say Tori recommended it on her channel,
Oh,
and then a
that's really
short
smart.
note of like is a Dracula Sherlock Holmes detective story,
Yeah.
right? And then I put a note in there because I forget. Like I see the cover, I was like,
Yeah.
why did I put it in there? Like I don't remember.
Right.
And Sorry, my
I have a
dog just
page
showed
like
next to me.
that
Yeah,
for recommendations in my bullet journal too, where I can write down like who recommended it. And that is
yeah,
really helpful.
yeah. It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Mark says, so much is going on with me for 2026 with reading. So many series I'm getting continuing, starting, catching up with others. Buddy reads so much. Yeah.
Welcome to the world of BookTube, Mark.
Yep. Yeah, I've donated so many books, you guys. So many books. Which, is also because I always imagine, okay, just because this is something that like didn't jive with me specifically, I know that when I go to Goodwill or a secondhand shop or whatever, and I see a book that I'm really excited to get, that's such a fun feeling. And knowing that I'm potentially giving that to somebody else is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, all of us when we were kids wanted to be the cashier so we could beep things, right? Like it's being an adult is really just being a big kid with bills.
Yes.
It's like,
but also the money to buy random shit. So
exactly. Like, wait, you mean that I could just buy myself a candy bar if I want to? What?
Yeah, I was actually researching book scanners.
Nice.
So like beep beep, and then I, the frugal person that I am, other than with books, just found an app. So
this is bad because like I knew that there were library scanners. I had forgotten about that.
Oh, we didn't tell you anything. Shh, forgotten.
I don't need it, guys. I don't need it. I don't.
No, there's an app for that. In this case, an actually really good one.
Okay. That makes me feel better. Done. I rescue books. I like that mentality. Derry says, if you show up here unread in Hub, I just won't let you leave.
I mean, I'm fine with that part.
You're right.
So, but Derry, then I never read it, so I never leave again. Is that what you want, really? Are you sure about that?
I mean, two tough choices here.
Yeah.
Let's see. If you haven't read Hob, New Zealand passport control won't let you in.
So then I have to fly into Australia and then just take a boat or
there you go.
Swim over the.
Swim. Yeah,
I don't know how much is between.
I don't think you can swim.
Yeah, I have a feeling I won't. Yeah.
I mean, I would be very impressed. I wouldn't do it.
Not with. I just watched like someone made an ad, quote unquote. It was like a funny video for Australia tourism. It was basically all crocodiles and those poisonous jellyfish and all that. So I was like, no, I'm not going to in the water there. Forget it.
Yeah, look at our beautiful beaches. Be the last beach you ever go to. Let's see. Kickstarters are a problem.
Oh my God. Yes.
For sure.
Don't get me started. I bought so many books on there. Andrew Meredith's books on Kickstarter as we talk about it. I don't know if you see that.
I have mine over there.
Yeah. So Kickstarter is, my goodness, they need to stop with that.
Yeah. I mean, from an author standpoint,
I get it. Like this is purely from a reader standpoint. I love all these editions. I love that we get all these really pretty editions. Like Gunmetal God is another favorite series of mine, and those Kickstarter editions are insane. Yeah. And there's so many that are coming up with these gorgeous books that they couldn't do otherwise, but my wallet is crying, man.
I feel that. On that note, everybody should go check out the Honor Anthology Kickstarter. It's only got 2 or 3 days left. Go check it out on Kickstarter.
Fantasy or Sci-Fi Edition.
Fantasy or Sci-Fi Edition. Yeah. 22 awesome stories. That is one thing about the Honor Anthology that I've only gotten to read one other story in the book so far. But having been in the Discord with all the other authors and hearing them talk about their stories, the just pure range of stories in this anthology I'm really excited about, because it is like the full spectrum of stuff. It's going to be really cool. Yeah, exactly, Pete. You're a big indie reader too. And that's one thing that I always love when I get to jump on with somebody that reads a lot of indie, because first of all, great recommendations, but also, what has your experience been getting into just reading indie, and how did you kind of start reading indie, and what have been some of your favorite series? Because you mentioned Gunmetal Gods and Benjamin Averin. Did we mention Benjamin Averin yet?
We definitely talked backstage about it.
Right.
I don't know if we talked about it here, but
Okay.
yeah, so this is actually something that came through BookTube. I mean, I was aware of indie, but I had a notion that a lot of people unfortunately have, is that indie equals bad, so I never really looked at it.
Yeah.
And then the first one was Gunmetal Gods that caught my eye because I love the cover, and it is it is like, Lovecraftian eldritch horror. It's a theme, and it's something that I really like. And then at one point I read it and I loved it so much that I was like, oh my god, this is fantastic. Why have I never looked into indie books? And then, it just started.
Then there
And
was a rabbit hole.
yeah, and then, as you join BookTube, even as a viewer, you see all these amazing people recommending all these amazing indie books, and one led to another, and yeah, here we are. So yeah, I'm probably, I don't know, I would have to look it up, but I either equal or even more indie than trade published at this point, and I'm not sad about it. So I find the quality of indie books, especially in the fantasy sci-fi genre, oftentimes a lot better than nowadays trade published books. Again, not generalizing, but I have trade published books. I've read trade published books where it's like, what? Why is this a thing? This is not good. And on the other hand, then indie books was like, wow, this needs to be Sanderson level, visibility for this book. And it's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's so, I'm so grateful from an author standpoint, and it's so exciting as a reader to see how much BookTube has changed the game for indie authors, honestly, because it gives them so much more exposure and reach than they would have outside of that for a lot of them. And that's such an incredibly awesome thing. I love it so much. I love it.
Yeah, agreed. Well, and I love also like book festivals, right? You're going to Dragonsteel and have a booth. I love events where you can then meet authors, and it's mostly indie authors, right?
Right.
Like
a
here,
lot of them.
Yeah, in LA we have WonderCons in March. And they have like a small press section where you have, I don't know, 50 or so authors that are selling their mostly fantasy books. And it's fantastic because you can talk to the people, you get like a much deeper dive into their story, you learn from them about like why they wrote the story, and it's more intimate in a certain sense. And I never thought that is something that I needed as a reader, but I'm loving this. Like, if you get to know the level of like why someone wrote a book, or what their thoughts were, or what they were trying to accomplish with that, it's so interesting and adds another layer to the story too. I love that.
Yeah, I totally agree. And it's really cool to me to see. One of the things I like about Dragonsteel specifically too is I've always really advocated for bridging the gaps between trad and indie, in the way that we talk about the books and the way that authors interact with each other. And it's been so cool to see so much overlap between trad published authors and indie authors. And even the fact that at this convention, I'm right next to Christopher Rocchio, right? And down the hall is Brian McClellan, who's next to another indie author. And that's so cool to be able to see storytellers who just are so excited to share what they've made with readers from all these different types of publishing, and we're just all one big happy storytelling family, and it's great.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it's very cool. Derry says, trying to read books I already own. I'm literally designing my book journal to highlight them and give me a dopamine hit when I read them. I love that. I love that. My goal for 2026 is to read 2 books before I buy 2. Nice.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I'm serious with that. I really mean that, because we've all been there where we said like, I need to read that many books before I buy one new one. And how often did that work? At least for me, never. So please make it work.
Some people have self-control.
How do you spell that? What is that?
Right. Right. I think it's in a different language. Let's see. I always get very far behind in the chat, guys. Sorry. Also, we're allowed to have aspirational bookshelves. That's true, Derry. Yeah.
Also, book buying and book reading are 2 different hobbies.
True story. I need the number. Oh, so are we asking what your library full count is? That what we're asking here, Derry? Is that a question you're comfortable answering?
Hang on.
I think I'm at like 1,045 or something like that.
So someone smarter than me can do the math, but it's 665 fantasy.
Okay.
Only 39 general fiction, so I definitely got that out. 27 historical fiction, 95 horror, 22 nonfiction, 18 romance. Those numbers are not true. I have a romance and a nonfiction shelf that I haven't scanned yet. 256 sci-fi, and then 100 thriller and mystery.
All
And
right.
then
Somebody have a calculator?
plus indefinite, because my well, it's romance, nonfiction, my children's books, that memory stuff, and some classics I haven't scanned yet. So it's more than yeekers.
That is an impressive library for sure. Whatever this number ends up being.
It was over 1,000, like 1,065 or something, I think, when I did the math the last time.
1,218.
Never mind. Yikers.
That's amazing. You can but how many books do you typically read in a year comfortably?
Somewhere between 70 and 100.
Okay.
So it really depends, yeah. But yeah, somewhere around
So
there.
like 15. Well, no, because you have read.
I've read a bunch of them. So like the shelf back there, that's my favorite shelf, and
Yep.
the majority, like 80% of that shelf, is read. There are some of authors that I've read with other books that I've not read by that author, but the majority of that shelf is read. And then out of this, I'd say like somewhere around 20%.
Okay.
Probably.
So maybe just 8 to 10 years instead of, that's kind of where I'm at too, is the 8 to 9 year range of TBR, because I usually read between 70 and 100 books a year too.
Yeah.
And
go ahead. You first.
What was I gonna say? Hold on. I have to rewind my brain. What was I gonna say? Casey's laughing at me right now. I can hear in the background.
We were talking about the books that we own, the 20%, 8-9 years of reading.
Yeah. Oh, just that one of my goals this year too, thank you, was I read 100 books both last year and in 2023, and it was a lot. And so this year I'm like cutting myself off at a certain number, and I'm only at like 76 right now, and I'm only planning on reading maybe 8 to 10 more books, maybe.
You say only. That is a lot of books still, if you think about it.
I probably won't read that many. That's kind of like the TBR I've given myself to pick from. But I definitely don't want to read a ton more. I kind of want to cap it at 85 at the absolute max. Just because, but I do feel like this last year has been more relaxed in my reading, which was the goal. It wasn't really the number. It was more like how I felt about it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Do you find a big difference between like if you read 70 books in a year versus 100, or does it feel pretty much the same?
No, it feels pretty much the same, because it's usually then I find number of books difficult. It's more the page count, and that has been pretty consistent at like around 30,000 plus minus a little bit, and that's really it for me. So if it's 100 books, I read a lot more smaller, faster books, or I did more on audio.
Yeah.
I'm not I don't read that much in audio, but that usually helps with speed as well. And if it's like more in the 70 range, I definitely read a lot more like Malazan and bigger, longer books, slower books. That's what I want. Bigger, slower books there. Yeah. So no, I've never been too concerned about the number of books. It's more like I'm always reading. I cannot have a day where I'm not reading unless I'm really under the weather or something.
Same.
So it's just it's a natural progression, and I'm not trying. And even with BookTube, at the beginning I had a little bit of like, I need to read more, but I toned that down really fast, because it's a hobby at the end of the day, and I don't want to burn out just for
views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no.
Doug, do you have any idea what your like total library looks like at this point? Because I would imagine it's quite expansive. I wouldn't doubt that at all. Derry has 800 ebooks at last count.
Oh, we are not counting ebooks. Like those are not counted in the that's just physical books. We are not. Kindle is dangerous. I'm sorry. Ebooks are just crazy.
I counted my ebooks in my 1,000, so I might not have an actual library.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't do a ton of ebooks. That does help me because I have a really hard time. I'm only in the mood to read on an e-reader every once in a while. I need a physical book.
Yeah, that makes a huge difference then.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Derry. Do you ever see Nikki? Yes, Nikki Hawks has some impressive library shelves.
I need to check that out. I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, she's got a great channel. She's been doing she's actually been doing a Read It or Unhaul It series recently where she kind of did the same like TBR card game that she's been using to get through her shelves, and that she seems to be really enjoying that too. So, oh, I didn't know that you can add private notes in Goodreads if you use a browser.
Okay.
That's also helpful.
Well, I use mostly my mobile phone. That's why.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, he's not here anymore, but have fun at rehearsal, T.
Good talking to you. Thanks for the help with the name.
Yeah. I say this to Andrew, people who pour books into secondhand market. That is another big part of, yes, if I unhaul books that I haven't read, I still think it's fine because I'm happy to pass it on to somebody else to read. A lot of my books, I would say at least 60 to 70% of the books I own are secondhand.
Yeah.
So,
same. I mean, I'm not like, I don't mind a good secondhand, like I buy on Pengo, and I used to have a good used bookstore here, though not anymore, unfortunately. But yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, it is. So I only have Barnes and Nobles and then, the big guys.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You're on Pango Books, right?
Yeah. Yes. Like I don't, I'm not like Nico or Andrew, like throwing books on there all the time, but every now and then.
Yes. Yeah, I find them helpful if I can find a seller who's selling multiple books that I want to get, because if you're just trying to buy a single book, the shipping's kind of a pain.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah.
Paige said she used Library Unbounded's TBR game. Awesome. The Lord of the Reeds. If you guys haven't checked out Sylvia's Lord of the Reeds TBR game, it is my favorite entertainment show on BookTube. I love it so much. Every time she posts a video of that, I'm just like, my show's on. I think, you know what, do whatever sounds like fun. I think if gamifying things works for you, do it. Like, give yourself incentives, rewards, games, like, and it's not to say that, oh my gosh, like we don't want to read these books, we're forcing ourselves through, but it just makes it more fun and spontaneous, I think.
And it gives you a plan too. Sorry.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
Yeah, it gives you a plan too, right? Like, one of the things that I struggle with if I'm like 100% mood reading, sometimes I just sit in front of my shelf and like, I don't know what to read. Like, I have nothing to read, like that problem. Whereas
as you're looking at your giant shelf,
right?
I don't know what to read.
Because it's overwhelming. It's just like like too many things to choose from. But if you narrow it down a little bit and you have like, those are the 10 books that I'm in the mood for, much easier. And then the other thing is that I do if I can't decide, if I'm like, okay, I'm in the mood for these 4 books, I just hand them to my husband. It's like, please pick one for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Helps.
Yep. Having guidelines definitely helps when you have a bigger TBR, for sure.
Yeah.
Derry says, I'm all the way back on our Australia conversation. We're farther away from Australia than people realize. Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah. That's why I was like, my little ignorant comment there. I just swim over. Take a minute, right? Like deal. 10 minutes.
Zach, I'm pretty sure early 2026 is when he's planning on dropping Needle and Leaf 3. And he's been doing some upgrades to the series that I'm very excited for him to. I can't say too much about it because it's not my series, but it's going to be very cool when he reveals some of the upgrades to the series. So, oh boy, let's see. Direct funding marketing of books is awesome for authors who have found their audience. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. I will definitely be doing special editions of the Bruhain trilogy at some point because it's like every author.
To be fair, like your edition, if you buy them directly from you, because I bought them directly from your website, they're so nice. Like sometimes
the feel. Yeah.
Oh my God. It is like just the texture of the paper. Oh, same with J.L. Odom's hardcover books, the dust jacket.
Yep. Oh. These
yes, the texture of these dust jackets is insane.
And I think she gets them from the same. So we order from a company called Ingram Spark, which is one of the big producers, for anybody that doesn't know, of like printers that indie authors use. And a lot of like libraries and bookstores can order through them as well. So it's great. But yeah, the feel of the cover, especially of Bloodstones. And my other favorite part about is this my Ingram copy, I think.
Yeah.
They're so floppy. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
So do you technically prefer trade paperbacks, or do you like reading hardcovers too?
I'm actually more and more on ebook. So I invested in a Kindle Scribe, and
Nice.
since I got that, I love reading ebook. I was not a fan on the like Paperwhite or whatever, the smaller one. But since I have the Scribe, I'm basically only like 90% of my time is read in ebook form.
Okay.
But if physical, then paperback. Hardbacks are too heavy and like clunky. I like them in the shelves, right? Same like a lot of people. I like them in the shelves. Yeah. So if it's like favorite series, I try to get the hardcovers to have them in the shelves. But then when I read it, it's paperback or ebook. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then paperback, trade paperback, like what you were just showing, Mars Market paperback. Or
I
there
can't
are
my hands anymore.
Or sometimes I get books out of the UK. They're a little bit tighter, and they're tighter bound of some sort, and you always have to break the spine. It drives me crazy.
Yeah, totally agree. I was going to ask you a question about that, and it totally fled my mind. Sorry. No, you're good.
I kept blabbering on and completely.
It happens all the time. This is a normal part of my day. Tori, do you know how the ebook is delivered for the Kickstarter? I think it's an EPUB, but that would be, you can, I think you can ask a question right on the Kickstarter page, I think. But I'm not actually sure. I'm guessing it's an EPUB, but I don't know.
Do you know if you deliver it to what's that page called? Book
Funnel?
Yeah.
Probably not the published Kickstarter typically, and I don't know if this is true for a lot of other authors. Typically, those are used for like the advanced reader copies and stuff more. But I'm not sure how Zach is planning on fulfilling those. The quality of traditionally published books has definitely dropped. It wouldn't bother me if the price it's true. Yeah. It's insane how like $12 for an ebook or $14 for an ebook is absolutely ludicrous.
Or like $30 for a trade paperback.
Yeah.
No. Like, no, thank you. See, another reason to read indie.
It's true. Let's see. Massive trade paperbacks. What I hate is when Barnes & Noble sells hardcovers at full price when they're damaged. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes they'll give you a break. Yeah. Sometimes.
Usually I ask, and they like 10% easily, and sometimes if you're like still not, sometimes they go more depending on who you have at the cash register. But yeah, I'm with you. I send books back on Amazon at this point. Like if they are not in pristine condition, I send them back. It's like, great for the environment. I'm fully aware of that, but
hey, if they just were doing quality shipping in the first place, this would not be a problem.
I have like that's something that I definitely have been doing less in like 2025 is ordering through Amazon. I mean, because of Amazon, but generally it also bothers me like how they are treating books. For them being originally bookstore, they're like not looking at all after that. And then I've definitely bought more through directly from the author, and then the whole ebook situation simplifies that as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. Doug says they have about 2,800 audiobooks and 15 bookcases for paper, and we need at least one. That's a lot of books.
Yeah. If
I do not count my books.
That's also fair. Yeah. Till about a month ago, I didn't either.
I didn't until Sylvia from Library Unbounded made a really pretty Excel spreadsheet, like Google spreadsheet, for tracking a library and your reads. And then I had to sit down and catalog everything, which was actually quite fun. And And it's nice to see it. It is nice to see it on paper, I think,
Yeah.
because it made me excited about some of the books I'd forgotten again, and it felt nice to have it all in one place that I can scroll through and sort
Yeah.
by different things, and that was really nice.
Yeah. The one thing that I definitely wanna do, so the nice thing about that Libib app, other than it being free, is,
Mhm.
you can download, you can export basically a list of all of your books, and then you can put tags on it as you need to. And I'm really excited to then also go through and it's like, okay, all of these are the ones that I read, all of those are unread,
Mm,
and then all the info. Like I love having all the genres on there and page
mhm.
count and blah blah blah. And then once you have it in Excel, you can do like random number generator fun
Right.
stuff, right?
Right.
I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that you can do if there's somebody that doesn't want to do like a full cataloging and all of that kind of stuff, one of the things that I've seen people do that I'm going to probably start doing too is numbering either, well, for Pete, since you have just the Tetris wall, but you could do like sections, and then you could do a random number generator for like each shelf,
Yeah.
and then pick a book off that shelf. I mean, there's lots of ways to do that that don't require you to list every single book you own.
Yeah, it is a lot of work, and that's
It's
why
a
I
lot of
never did it for so long and only did it now because I was touching every single book anyway, but I would never sit down and just pull them out to just scan them. I would no, no.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
5 minutes in, I would be mad at myself for even having that idea.
I love you, Derry. Why the sense of embarrassment for having so many books? Are you kidding me? Be proud. Look at how many stories you. You know, it's funny. I'm actually not embarrassed about my library. I think one of the things that sometimes booktubers can maybe face from certain aspects of the audience on YouTube is that the idea of consumerism, and that like by owning a lot of books that we're just adding to the problem kind of thing, which I really think to me comes down to, why do you have the books that you have? Like, I own
Yeah.
my books because I genuinely love them and I want to read them and I'm excited to share them with people, etc. If you're just buying them for eye candy, even that, it's like,
Listen, whatever makes you happy, right? At
yeah,
the
if
end
you
of the
like
day.
walking
Yeah,
into a room and seeing beautiful books on your shelves, cool.
yeah.
Like,
And
why not?
for me, it's more the I wanna read them all. Like, for me,
Yeah.
it's the, "Oh my god, it's so many books that I" it's not an embarrassment in that sense that "Oh my god, I have too many books," right? Like, I
Mm.
have a problem. No,
It is a
I'm
lot.
like, it's yeah, but
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
fine. Like, I'm spending my money on books better than drugs, or other weird hobbies that are also crazy
Exactly.
expensive. It's more the, I wanna read them all, and I wanna find the time to read them all, and
Mhm.
it's like what's the right word for that? I'm not finding the right word. It's not embarrassment, it's not frustration, but, like, I wanna read them, right? Like, I
Yeah.
wanna
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what it is. Like, for me, the big number is like, "Oh god, that's a lot of books that I haven't read yet."
Right.
That's
Yeah.
more what it is for
Yeah.
me, really.
It's like an
Yeah.
overwhelm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that
Yeah.
too. You kinda get stuck in the paralysis analysis where
Yes,
you're,
exactly.
I mean, I
Yeah.
do that. I don't know if you have this problem, but like when I finish a book and I'm so excited and I had a great, hopefully had a great time with it, and I put it down, and then I turn around and I'm like, okay, what do I read now? And that's where I think it's so helpful to have some guidelines to fall back on, like your priority reads for the year
Yeah.
or a random number generator, or whatever it is that you use. Because I look at my shelves and I get really like apprehensive about, what do I pick?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm 100% with you on that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's too many choices.
It's true. Reading books and consumerism are not the same. Yeah. They're different hobbies, and owning book because they're pretty. Yeah. What a fantastic, or it's so true.
Yeah, I love my shelves. I sometimes
Yeah,
catch myself I don't know if you do the same, but I just catch
definitely.
myself staring at them. Like, just sitting there and then staring at the shelf for 10 minutes. It's like, "This is pretty. I like it. This is my happy
Yeah.
place." Yeah,
Well, it
absolutely.
like our shelves, this was my birthday gift from my husband and I to myself this year. And like, it's right across from our bed. And so every
Oh,
night I
I
sit
couldn't
down in
sleep.
my bed with my whatever book I'm reading, and I look up and it's just this beautiful wall of books. And
Yeah,
it makes me feel so like, maybe this is a weird word to use, but like safe and cozy and like happy, where it's like, this is my library and it has a whole bunch of stories that I love on it. And it's just, so cool that
Yeah.
I am privileged enough and blessed enough to have them at my fingertips all the time. That's pretty
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So
The cozy
it's
feeling when you
it
look at
is
your books.
yeah, it really is. Booktube corner. I feel like our booktube corner definitely. Yeah, we're all pretty chill with that.
Yeah.
And even, you know,
It's more about sharing what you love, right? It's not about, "Hey,
exactly.
buy these books." It's more like, "Hey, this story was so cool. I really want other people
Right.
to read it." And it's
Yeah.
not about, "Buy
It's
this book." It's
passion.
more about, "I wanna share my experience with you,"
I
right?
want to share the story.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Or my favorite author or yeah. Yeah.
The last comment. Sorry.
That's
Well,
fair.
you're going to be drunk at the end of this, I'm telling you that much. Yeah.
I don't know if you're like this, Fina, but coming from a very Scandinavian area and Scandinavian family, you can't just end a sentence in the Midwest. Like, you cannot just end a sentence. You have to end it with yeah, or you know, or my grandmother, my 100% Norwegian grandmother, always used to add and that on the end of her sentences. She and that, and then she'd be done. But you can't just put a period on it. You can't.
Yeah, same, same. So my husband, I think that I told you that before, not here. My husband is from Iowa,
Yeah,
Midwest, right?
yeah,
He also does the you know,
yep.
and I do the right at the end. But I'm now, like after 11 years married to him, I'm doing the you know as well.
Yeah, you kind of osmosis into each other's
Yeah, it
habits.
is so
Yeah.
hard. Yes, and especially when I'm editing my videos, I'm realizing that it's like, dang it. Okay, with the next video, I'm not going to do that, and it's just so ingrained.
I'm not going to agree with anything you say from now on. I'm not going to say yeah.
Okay, okay.
I'll just
Oh God, that's going to be awkward.
right. See what you've done, Tharnall.
Tori doesn't like me anymore. She doesn't say yeah anymore.
This is the first Motley Crew where I like the person less at the end of this. I'm
Man.
kidding, by the way, for anybody
I
that
know.
takes that seriously at some point. Far less guilty about the money I do spend on books than the madness of getting addicted to journaling. Journaling is so fun. Oh my goodness. Love
Yeah, so
journaling.
you see those yellow boxes there?
Yeah, yeah.
So this room is my library, my office, and my craft room. And basically I swapped crafting and
Mhm.
books, and so this is still the packed craft room stuff, and there's more there. I didn't get to sorting that yet, one
Yep.
day at a time, one week at a time. This is also now let's talk about consumerism, because that's what I did before BookTube. A bunch of
Yeah.
I
Because
was
you
big
did crafting videos and stuff on
right.
YouTube first. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And I'm saying right instead of yeah. Great. Right? um and that is one where, because you work with the brands, like I work with a lot of the craft brands, and they send you the stuff so you can show it in your videos, right? And do like promo stuff. And that is a lot heavier on, like, you always have to buy the latest and greatest so you can make the whatever cards or journal pages or whatever. And when I was redoing all of this, I not only got rid of books, but I got rid of more than half of my
Mm,
craft stuff because I just had way too much. And it
mhm.
was to the point that I haven't crafted in 2 3 years because it was just too much stuff, and I just couldn't get over this. Like I was sitting on my craft table and I was looking at all this, I was like, I don't know what to do. So I turned around and left again. And
Mm.
now I'm really excited again because I have like the things that I really loved working with. And now that I'm not this whole, don't work with these brands anymore, I only have the stuff that I really, really love. And I'm really excited to finally get this all sorted again and get my machines out and start crafting, like
Yeah.
making bookmarks and whatnot, right? To have it in a book theme. But I'm really excited again. But that's, yeah, it is talk about consumerism in a corner
So
of
what
YouTube somewhere.
what types of crafting are you into the most? Like, what you said, stamping?
Yeah, so I used to do the things that I and still is handmade greeting cards.
Oh,
like, you
cool.
know, happy birthday cards, thank you
Yeah.
cards, that kind of stuff. And then I do a lot of mixed media, and I do that either in an art journal, so similar to your book journal, but with,
Yep.
you know, a lot of paints and a lot of random
Mm.
stuff, or for cards as well, or on canvas, smaller ones, like nothing huge. But yeah, love working with stems or with stencils and creating
Mm.
all sorts of patterns and smear paint everywhere.
Love it.
Love
Yep.
it.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for stickers and washi tape at this point. I have a little like tiny plastic art case full of washi tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, where did mine end up? Oh, it's over there. Yes. Like I have 2 that have 3 little drawers, and they are all the washi tapes in
Well, at
there.
least it's organized.
Yeah. And, you know, there are certain companies out there because like with craft stuff, similar with book stuff, they are, you know, the stuff that you get at Michael's and whatnot, you know,
Mm,
the big brands that you get everywhere. And then there are artisan brands where you like there is a washi tape company, one that is in Australia and one that is in Great Britain. They have releases, and they release a
sure.
set only for a certain amount of time, and you have to be online at that time to buy this. And they have the coolest sets. Like I have one with like a book theme where a girl reads a book and it's like all florally and pink and oh
Mm,
god, and dangerous places.
yeah, especially when they do the scarcity tactic of it's only gonna be here for
Mhm.
you'll never
Mhm.
see it again.
Yeah.
That's like my biggest issue right now is I have a bullet journal right for the year. And I don't know, maybe next year we'll see how much I end up doing where I might need 2, but I was managing with 1 for this year. But it was also a bigger 8x8 journal.
Yeah.
And this next year I'm going to go back to an A5 to make it a little bit more manageable. Um,
I hear you.
yeah, I like the 8x8, but I'm ready for something a little smaller. And my problem is I want to buy like 8 different. I love journals, and I'm like, but I can only use maybe 1 or 2 a year if I do like my regular planner
Mhm.
and also my bullet journal for reading. I can't buy
Stick to it.
I can't
Yeah.
buy 10 journals. I can't do it, but they're so
Stick to
pretty.
it. They are so pretty. It is crazy.
Yeah.
Anything with the craft stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
We
oh,
should do some crafting nights.
yeah, we should do
That would be
that.
really fun. I
Yeah.
Casey and I did that a couple of times in my Discord last year, and that was really fun to just get together and do craft nights. That would be really fun.
Yeah. I would love
Whether
to do
it's
that.
whether it's a live stream or on the Discord or whatever. Yeah.
Either way. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so dangerous, Derry. It really is. It really is. Yeah. When it's super like, here's a whole bunch of really cheap stickers. Drawers packed with washi and a storage box full of stickers. Yeah, see? Derry can join. We got
See?
to get some
Perfect.
booktube crafters going. That would be really fun.
Yeah.
That'd be super fun. I'm debating this year. I usually get a spiral bound planner every year that's already like just a normal planner. But I'm waffling back and forth on making my own and doing a bullet journal planner this year and just being able to customize it a little bit more.
That is a lot of
So
fun too. That's a
yeah.
whole different animal then again.
Oh yeah. Then just artsy bullet like reading
Yeah.
journal stuff. Yeah, it
Now
is.
we're getting into book binding, or if you want spiral bound, right? Then you get
Well,
into kinches.
or it just gives me an excuse to buy another another bullet dot grid journal. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yep.
It is, yeah. Any hobby is dangerous. I mean, let's face it.
It's true. It's really true.
Yeah.
Painting minis. I could
My
see.
goodness, you must have patience.
Yeah, and I don't want to even let myself go there because I know I would get into that too.
I
That's gotta
started
be
with
very
it.
therapeutic.
Yeah, well, if you have the patience, I started with
Mhm.
it. I glued them together. I sanded down the edges from the glued together stuff, and then I primed them, and then I was done because that took too long. I was like, this is not for me.
That's fair. Yeah, I just starting to get into Dungeons and Dragons this last year and
Mhm.
doing some DMing and stuff, which has been super fun. Um, I'm starting to like dice and miniatures and map boards and everything. I'm like, oh, there's another rabbit hole. Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is true, Pete. I could have a journal for every D&D campaign to take notes and have like cool character. But that's a dang it. You guys are horrible enablers. You know
This
this,
is the
right?
group of enablers here.
It's horrible.
Unbelievable.
I want to get a t-shirt that I can wear in my videos that just says professional enabler with a
Yeah.
pile of books underneath.
What is it when you are the one that is being enabled? Enableist? No.
A victim.
Oh man.
Oh, that's cool. I teach miniatures painting classes at gaming conventions. I would love Denver is on my list of conventions for 2026 potentially. That would be really cool.
And it is really cool. I mean, the technique of painting miniatures with all the
Oh,
different layers,
yeah.
it is so fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine. I don't think I'd have the patience for all the layers. I think that's where I would struggle, which is kind of the point.
Till you see what it does. Like when you do like
Yeah.
slight brushes to get a dirt effect and whatnot, it's then you're like, "Oh, okay, now I'm doing it."
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Kate, the Almost Booktuber, plays D&D and crafts all the potion bottles and scrolls. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I do like Hero Forge a lot. Hero Forge is like an online, like you can make your mini for your character and paint it.
Yeah.
I've spent a lot of time on that. So yeah, I'm in a new campaign that's starting on Saturday, and I just designing characters in there and getting to like tweak all the little details is so much fun. Guys, we're serial like creative people and crafters. Yes. It's a problem.
Yes.
It's a problem. Enablee is what Thornall says. The enabled. Sure. Yeah, Don, that's a good point. The enabled.
Sure. That's what I would be. I'm way too easily enabled with stuff.
Hello, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, you could come up with another character for your channel.
What is it called when you paint on skin? There's a word for that.
Body painting?
Yeah. Okay.
There's probably a fancier term for that, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Hello, Brian. Now that we're almost done. Yeah, so is there anything else before we leave that okay, what I usually ask people is if there's a book that you've read this year that you would love for the chat and potentially me to go check out, to add to our TBRs, something that you think deserves a shout out.
Does a reread count?
Sure.
Okay, then I mean I have to.
Here we go.
I have to mention Green Rider. I want more people to read Green Rider. That's my favorite series of all time.
Nice.
It's an ongoing series, so I always give that disclaimer. Book 8 came out this year. There's hopefully book 9 coming very, very soon. Nice. Epic fantasy with a romance subplot, but again, fantasy is the big point, right? The romance is kind of like just part of the story. Female main character. You follow her when she's 16 and then as she gets older. And what I specifically love about that female character, and it's so funny because you just asked in your Discord for like tropes and whatnot. And this is like the story for, I don't know if this is a trope in that sense, but this is like the story where I see that and where I love it a lot is she is a female main character that is really good at a lot of things, but really bad at other things, and she's not one of those that is just good at everything, right? And she's like this, everybody loves her and she's the prettiest and blah, none of that. And it's more realistic in that sense, if you will, but it's just an amazing story. It's like from the 98 was the first book published, and then she is still publishing in the series. Has a lot of Lord of the Rings inspiration, and it's a classic epic fantasy, Western style with a castle and a king and that kind of stuff. But she has a way with words that like always gets me. Like the way she describes when they ride through the forest, the smells, the sounds, like the
Yeah.
crunching of the leaves, and it's again the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And she's just great in writing things. It's, sometimes cheesy, sometimes you have like very typical tropes, but there are also a lot of very unique things as the series continues, and it also gets very, very dark in the later books. And yeah, we did a read through this year. Again, I did one a couple of years ago, and then we did another one this year for book 8 coming out. And I got a lot more new folks that are all loving it, and I love to see it. So now to the conversation on Red Rising for you, that's Green Rider for me, and it's just a great series.
That's awesome. I love the UK covers for that series. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. Well, even the US covers have these old school classic fantasy vibes, and it's just, Donato Arts, I never know how to pronounce him, made cover 3 till now. And he's a big artist in the fantasy world. He also does a lot of like Magic the Gathering cards. He did a big Lord of the Rings like mural kind of thing. He's like similar to Whelan. He's like one of the big fantasy cover artists, and his covers are just gorgeous. Too. But yeah, the UK covers are different. Like they are very different than this typical fantasy stuff.
Yeah. Derry has a deal for you. She says, you pick up Assassin's Apprentice and I'll pick up Green Rider. There you go.
I love it. Match
made in heaven. That is so awesome. Brian says, hey, I had a lot of not reading to do. Hey, that's fair. These aren't productivity sprints, Brian. So you're off the hook. Pete says Donato Giancarlo. I think his name. Nice.
Excuse me.
Well, I always say this every single time. We've been going for almost 2 hours, and we could talk for another 2 hours easily, as it always happens. And I want to say a huge thank you for you, Fina, for spending your evening over here chatting on my channel.
Well, again, thank you for inviting me. I feel honored to be on your channel finally.
I know. I'm so excited. I think because you kind of get to know people a little bit through the comments, and like, we're watching each other's videos, so we know each other.
Yeah.
But getting a chance to just sit down and have that one-on-one conversation plus chat is always really fun. And you kind of get a deeper sense of who the person is and like what they love about books. And I love it. I love it so much.
Same.
So thank you. And I hope that everybody watching, if you're in the chat or if you're watching on Team Replay, go down in the description box because there's a link to Fina's channel, and you can keep up with the Backlist Book Club that she and Nico are going to be doing this next year, and all of the awesome books they're going to be reading, and all of her other content. So please go and check that out. Chat, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all of the interaction and comments and laughs along the way. And let's see, what's my outro?
Just
yeah.
To give him some
That's
more
my outro today. Yeah. I hope you guys have an awesome night. Read some 5-star reads, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.